The people who only tell you what you want to hear are not your friends. They're your audience. A real friend will say an uncomfortable thing and then let you be pissed off about it because they care more about your future than your feelings.
Now, I need you to rewind it and listen again. If you have friends who are just yes men to you, just tell you, oh, you're great, you're this, you're that, you're an angel. Those aren't your friends, bro. They're your audience, they're your fans, bro. Alright. What's going on, people? Today we're gonna be reacting to this video that I just came across. And, I was going through YouTube, and I was just looking for something to watch. And I just stumbled across this video. And I kind of played it, didn't watch the all of it, because I wanted to react together. Now, as you can see, it says, I'm 42 if you're in your 30s, right? You can see it says 30s. Now, I'm 24 years old. I'm turning 25 this year, too. Right? In August 18th. Put that in your calendar. Remember that. So I'm gonna need 25 bottles of Henny for my fucking birthday party. Alright? 25 Henny bottles for my birthday. Either be there or be square. But yeah, so I'm 24, turning 25. But I do think that these lessons do apply to people in their 20s as well, right? I would like to think that they do anyway. So we're gonna watch and see. But we're gonna try and, sort of refine them to match what someone in their 20s or even in their teenage years could learn, man. A good lesson I would say right now is get ahead early. Get ahead early. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to teach my younger brother certain things that I didn't know at his age, right? That's why it's important, to have a mentor in life. It's important to have someone who's older than you that you can listen to, that you can go back, have conversations about problems, about life, so that they can put you on early, right? Because obviously, it's a trial and error with this life that we live in, right? We don't know how things work out until we've tried it, we've tested it, we've failed, we've done this and that, right? So your elderly are the people that are going to be the ones to tell you about these things, right? So, without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's see what he's talking about here.
Today is my 42nd birthday, and these are 42 life lessons that I had to learn the hard way. Fear occurs in proportion to importance. The more afraid you are to do something, the more likely it's exactly what you need to do. The best relationships...
You hear that? This applies to anybody in life. Matter of fact, the earlier you learn this, the earlier you're gonna achieve a lot of things in life, right? Because if you think about it, dude, growing up, a lot of things that you're really scared to do, right? Like go talk to your first girl, lift your first weight, put yourself out there in a public space, maybe public speech, maybe a representation, like a presentation in class, you're presenting something, right? Things that you're scared to do. These things, if you learn how to master these things early, dude, I'm telling you, your life in general you're just going to be more knowledgeable in life and more experienced early, right? Because as a kid growing up, you're going to be afraid to do a lot of things, right? Because you haven't done them before, right? The quicker you're able to just say, okay, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyways, dude, you're going to be ahead of most people. And now, just about the point in general, dude, everything in life that you think, oh, dude, I'm going to look stupid doing this, people are going to make fun of me for doing this, and people are going to fucking flame me for doing this, people are going to do, those are the exact things that you need to be doing, bro. That's the exact things that you need to be doing. Take that leap of faith. Take it. Do it. That girl that you see walking and you're scared to go up to her and talk to her, dude, that could be your future wife. But you never know unless you go talk to her. Right? That new opportunity, new job opportunity. You want to start content creation. I'll tell you from my perspective. Dude, I was scared. I've been wanting to do content creation for years. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just started in January this year. Out of fear. And I'll tell you right now, I love this shit. I love this shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love this content creation shit. This shit is fun as hell. And it's like, it's given me a new sense of purpose. A complete new sense of purpose that, I didn't even think I would get at this point. Like, you have your plans in life, you have things you want to get done, you want to do, you have aspirations, maybe. And this was one of them, but I was just scared to start it because I was afraid of what other people were how they're gonna perceive it at first. And I've had talks with a lot of people, right? At the gym, especially, people see me with the camera, and I typically in my gym, I haven't seen anybody else doing gym content for the most part, right? At least in the new gym that I'm in. At Good Life, there was a guy, we follow each other on Instagram. He started his page. Shout out to you, by the way. You see this, right? But it's like, not a lot of people want to do content creation. A lot of people want to record themselves and just record their lives and do that. Way more people want to do that than you would realize, but people are just scared to do it because they fear other people's opinions of them. I'm telling you, if there's one thing that's going to be a huge, huge thing that's going to just keep your life over here, is worrying about what other people think of you. Once you start to just like, not give a fuck, what happens is your life starts to improve, right? Because now you're operating on a basis of, okay, I'm gonna put myself first, right? I'm gonna attain the knowledge that I need to achieve something, right? And I'm gonna do it regardless of what other people think. Because a lot of people, they judge you based on their own insecurities. Once you realize that, and you say, fuck that, follow other people's opinions, you'll notice yourself start to achieve.
The best relationships only come once you've learned to be at peace alone.
Yeah. You have to know how to be alone. You have to know how to be alone. Like, being alone, being comfortable with yourself, being okay with being by yourself is powerful, because a big reason as to why people, and I know a few people like this personally, I see them jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. They can't stay single. And what I've noticed is that they always want to be around people. They can't stay with themselves, right? They always need to hang out with the boys all the time. They always need to, hang out with a different girl, get to know a different girl. What you're doing is you're making friends with everybody else but yourself when you do that. You're getting to know everybody else in this world. Their strengths, their weaknesses, what they like, what they don't like, how tall they are, what position they like in bed, this and that. You're getting to know all these things, but you don't know anything about yourself. That's what happens. Mike Tyson said it perfectly.
People appear like they're loving people and they're loving everybody else is because they don't like themselves. I've learned this. The person that is friends with everybody is the enemy to himself.
Right? So you need to be comfortable with yourself, man. You need to learn yourself. You need to know who you are before you decide to jump into relationships. Because you end up trying to find yourself in these relationships because you don't know who you are.
Confidence is the ability to unapologetically like yourself. Self-discipline is the ultimate...
See? It's literally like a relay from the last point. So you're not going to achieve that level of confidence, though, if you don't know how to be with yourself. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know how to be alone. You're never going to achieve that level of confidence. And key word, unapologetically. Unapologetically, fuck nigga.
Green fuck nigga.
That's important. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm never gonna apologize for being who I am. I'm never gonna apologize for saying something that I genuinely just said it because that's how I felt in the moment. I can apologize for hurting your feelings if that wasn't my intention, but I'm never gonna apologize for what I said, for what I did, for who I am. I'm never gonna apologize for that. You can kick rocks, nigga. I swear to God, you can kick rocks. Swear to God. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's the best way to live life, because that's how you find the people for you, right? And that's how people respect you. The people that you choose to keep in your life, right? You choose to surround yourself with, they respect you because they know that at the end of the day, you're gonna be who you is. Ain't nobody's gonna change who you are. Nobody's gonna sway you to say something, or you don't have to sugarcoat things with people because you just are unapologetically yourself. You're at most peace of mind when you're in that state.
Self-discipline is the ultimate form of self-care. Not bubble baths, not treating yourself, but the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to show up and do the hard thing you know your future self will thank you for.
Very important one there as well, man. Self-discipline, not motivation. Motivation doesn't exist.
Boundaries only piss off the people who benefited from you having none. If someone gets angry when you start saying no, that tells you everything you need to know about why you needed to start saying no in the first place. You don't.
Yeah, boundaries are key, man. Boundaries are powerful. This is how you filter people out of your life. Create boundaries and stand on them. You filter people from your life so quickly, especially at this age. Well, out of high school. Most of us out of college now at this point. Right? We're starting our own life, starting our families, whatever. I see people in my age that are getting married, having kids. You know, like life is really starting, dude. You cannot afford to not have boundaries, right? Because that leaves room for people to disrespect you. It leaves room for people to backdoor you. You have to have boundaries with yourself, right? People need to know that they can't cross certain lines with you. And if they do, that tells you everything you need to know about that person. They don't respect you. If you set a boundary and someone knows that boundary and they cross it, they don't respect you. Get rid of it.
You don't need more motivation. You don't need a guru.
Right,
You don't even need a plan. You just need a higher pain tolerance. The cost of inaction is often higher than the cost of the wrong action. Always be in motion.
I mean, that leads back to his first point, right? It's because of fear. The reason why you're not acting, you're not doing something, is because you're scared. And that in itself is worse than if you do it and you fail. I'm telling you right now, bro. Post that video. Even if you get one view, post it, bro. You need to become tolerant to that pain of getting that one view, right? So that you end up not caring about that one view and you keep posting regardless until it 2 views next week, then 10 views, then 100 views, then 1,000, then 10,000, then etc. But you need to do it first. You need to do it and fail, and you need to build the tolerance to the failure until you succeed. That's how life works, bro. Sorry.
The most important thing family teaches you is how to love somebody you don't necessarily like. The struggles never get easy.
See, that's an interesting one too, right? Because you can either go far left or far right with that. Now, when it comes to family, I'm very close with my family, each and every single one of them, right? Especially my immediate family. I make that a point to be very close with family, right? Now, I'm not saying be close with family members who raped you or assaulted you or did. I'm saying if there is problems that can be solved in your family, solve them and be close. I'm telling you, especially as you get older in life, life throws shit at you, man. Life throws shit at you, bro. And the only people who are necessarily gonna be there most of the time for you, right, is your family. You can think your friends, right? If a girlfriend or boyfriend, if you have one, or these other people, I'm telling you, bro, I would not put too much currency into that. But family, your family is gonna love you, even if you don't necessarily like. They don't like you. As a child, maybe you were a problem child. You know, maybe you were just a nuisance of a human being growing up. Maybe your family doesn't necessarily, your mom or your dad necessarily doesn't like you, but they still love you. You're their child. So at the end of the day, if you need help, they're still going to at least want to help you, or at least put in some sort of effort to help you, because you're their child, right? You're their family. And I think this new generation is trying to push families apart, and I don't like it, man. I don't see the value in that. I think having strong family, mother and a father in the house, strong family, strong morals, I think that raises the best of children.
The struggles never get easier. You just get better at bearing them. This is important because people keep thinking they'll reach some level where things stop being hard. They won't. You just stop being surprised by the difficulty.
I mean, it's as simple as saying that the older you get, the more skilled at life you become, right? Because of experience. So certain things, obviously, they just don't surprise you. You know what it takes. Let's say you started playing basketball today. Today is your first day picking up a basketball. You don't know how to shoot. Your shooting form is off. You don't know how to dribble, right? So I tell you, okay, let's start off by getting your shot right. You're going to take 1,000 shots a day. You don't even know how to shoot. So at first, you're probably like throwing it like this. You're probably hitting one of these, you know. That's probably what you're doing for the first few times. Let's fast forward in a week from now, you're going to start shooting like this. You're going to start shooting properly, you know. You're going to start shooting with correct form and everything. Even though a week ago it was difficult for you. But it's the same type of shot. You're just more skilled. You're just more experienced. At this point, you know how to do it, right? You're more skilled. That's just how it is, dude. Things don't get easier in life. You simply become more advanced, more skilled, more competent. That's why you see people make things look easy. It's because they put in the work to make it look that easy, right? They didn't start doing this today, you know? They've been doing it for years behind the scenes. People don't see it, you know? They may, like, when they're doing it, they make it seem like it's all as easy. No, bro, they put in the work behind the scenes. They just don't tell you about it because there's a certain level to being impressed by somebody that comes with them doing something that's tough, but they're making it look easy, right? So that's why people don't want to know the hours you put in. They don't care about that. They just care about how good you do it. Right.
When life gives you lemons, lean back and squeeze that shit into your eyeballs. Then stare back at life and say, is that all you got, motherfucker? Emotional intelligence?
Nah. I love that one.
Green fuck, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I live by that one. I ain't gonna lie. And people who know me will tell you this too. But I love to poke the bear, bro. I love it, bro. You throw some shit at me, bro. Oh, what else?
Hood rich.
What else, huh? Huh? That's the type of nigga I am, bro. You wanna come at me out? Okay, what else? What else? What else is there? Boom! What else? I love to instigate shit, man. I love it, bro. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Huh? Nah, but in all seriousness, though, honestly, you know, testosterone aside, I simply like to take difficult situations and use them to my advantage. Difficult people, difficult situations. I love to use them to my own entertainment or to my own advantage. You throw me problems, dude, I laugh in the face of danger, nigga. Call me Simba, nigga.
I laugh in the face of danger.
Yeah, I laugh in the face of danger, bro. I welcome that because it makes life... I generally feel like difficulties in life make life interesting, bro. Without difficulties, like, when I go through periods where life just feels too easy, life is boring for me. I like a challenge. I like a challenge. So yeah, bro, if you're gonna throw lemons at me, nigga, what else? What else? Huh?
Plug.
You gonna throw lemons at me, nigga? What else?
Hood rich.
Come on, man.
Then stare back at life and say, is that all you got, motherfucker?
Oh God!
Hood rich.
Hood rich. Oh God, what else? What else? That's how you gotta operate, bro. That's how you gotta be competitive, bro. That's the competitive spirit about life. Is being able to look at a challenge, to get a hit with a challenge or adversity in life and be like, man, nigga, what else? You die, nigga, you hop in hell, nigga. You look at Hades right in the eyes, nigga, what else? Huh? What else, nigga?
Emotional intelligence often looks and sounds like silence. It's the pause before reacting. It's choosing not to win the argument. It's knowing that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do or say is nothing. The older I get, the more I realize there's wisdom.
This one is a little bit universal too. I'm sure everybody knows of this, right? Sometimes you just have to look at a motherfucker like this. Just leave. Leave them with that. Someone says something crazy or does something crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you just need to look at them for like a few seconds and move on with my day. You know?
A true friend will risk your anger to help your future self. The people who only tell you what you want to hear are not your friends. They're your audience.
Preach to the fucking choir. No. Preach to the choir.
A true friend will risk your anger to help your future self. The people who only tell you what you want to hear are not your friends. They're your audience. A real friend will say an uncomfortable thing and then let you be pissed off about it because they care more about your future than your feelings. If your 8-year-old's...
Now, I need you to rewind and listen again. I need you to rewind and listen again. Because this is important. If you have friends who are just yes men to you, just tell you, oh, you're great, you're this, you're that, you're an angel. Those aren't your friends, bro. They're your audience. They're your fans, bro. You can kill me, nigga. You can kill me if you want right now. I'll make you that mad if it means that I'm telling you something that'll improve your life. I don't care, bro. You can kill me for you. You can throw a goddamn shoe rack at me for all I care, bro. I will tell you what it is. Because if there's nothing I want more than to see niggas around me win with me, bro. There's nothing I want more. So if I'm doing the work and I know I can, and I see you being lazy sitting on your ass, nigga, okay, I'm gonna tell you, bro, you're being a lazy cunt. Get off your ass, bro. That's the type of friend I am, bro. I ain't the type of friend who you think you can just get away with shit with. Nah, nigga, I'ma make sure you know it every single time, bro. You're gonna hate me for it, bro. But guess what you're gonna do later on? You're gonna thank me 10 years down the line. You're gonna thank me, nigga. Because I pride myself in being a good friend, bro. And a good person. And a good man. Right? Which means I am okay with pissing people off. I actually, to some extent, love pissing people off. I love making people mad to some extent. Don't lie. It's entertaining. You can say the same, nigga. At least a few you can say the same. I'm not the only one here. All right.
Self-awareness without action is just another trap. Knowing your patterns, naming your triggers, understanding your attachment style, none of this means shit if you don't actually do something differently. Insight without change is just a more sophisticated form of laziness.
Say it's quick. A lot of people like to do this nowadays. A lot of people just like to talk about who they are and what they like and what they don't like. You see it on social media. Shut up.
The most powerful thing you can do in your life right now is not adding something, it's cutting.
See, and I want to get break that down a little bit more, because one thing you have to understand, and one thing I've learned getting older, is that the simpler you make your life, the better you're gonna be, and the more consistent you're gonna be. Things are a lot simpler than they seem. I'm telling you right now. Nothing in this world can be broken down into parts and simplified. Everything can. A woman, believe it or not, a dog, a cat, a man. You can break these things down and simplify them. It's possible. You need to learn to remove all the nonsense from your life. Especially the older you get, dude. You need to have less nonsense that complicates your life. Friends, people that are not moving on the same wavelength as you, time's ticking, motherfucker. Because, bro, if there's one thing I learned about your friends, dude, is that what happens is that when you may love your friends, they may be good people. I'm not disputing that, right? But it gets to a point where you can no longer have the same conversations with them because they're refusing to level up with you, right? So you get to a point in life where you can't even look at this person with respect anymore because they're at this point in life in which you have surpassed miles ahead. You've surpassed that life. So every time you look back, it's kind of like you're looking at your old self almost. You can't even do that. It's poisonous for you. You can't. You got to move on, right? If they're friends, you have friends who don't want to move on with you, who don't want to improve with you in your life, you got to cut them off and move on by yourself because they're going to hold you down. It's nothing personal. You can love them from a distance, but you got to leave them behind. It's just what it is. Sorry. Not sorry. Right.
Freedom starts when you stop needing to be liked. As long as your decisions are filtered through. But what
See, what did we talk about earlier? Being unapologetically yourself. Now, I'm sure there's not many people who don't like me, right? I mean, I don't really know who really doesn't like me. I'm sure there probably is a few. Hi. But I don't care. I don't care, bro. Because I know the work I put in. I know the type of person I am. I know the value I bring to this world. I don't need to be liked by anybody. Honestly, I know my family loves me, and I know my friends love me. That's all I need, bro.
the best moments of your life will not look like the best moments of your life while they're happening. They will look like a random Tuesday with your kid, a boring afternoon with a friend, a quiet morning where nothing is wrong.
Oh, that's actually a good one. That's actually a good one. Dude, I'm telling you, like, people won't praise you too. Like, I'm telling you, bro, if you're someone who's a hustler, you're not going to get praise. It's not going to really be, like, presented to you like that, right? Because there's people see the work you put in, people see the type of person you are, and they make these expectations of you. So when you achieve certain things, they ain't even going to praise you because they already expect that. So you have to understand, dude, that the world is the same way, right? It's not going to give you your blessings like you fucking won a lottery or some shit. Slow grind. Small wins. Oh, you actually got to spend time with your kid today. Right, if you have one. You actually got to spend some time with your friends today. You actually got to spend some time with people you care about. You actually you got a job, you get to go to work, this and that. Like, Small wins that might not feel like wins in the moment, dude, I'm telling you, they build up to something big. Those are the wins that matter. Those are the wins that count. You just have to keep going, dude. You can't even focus on that. You just have to focus on constantly trying to be better, constantly trying to improve yourself. Because if you focus on the rewards, you will never be satisfied, or you'll never be satisfied with yourself. Not saying that that is necessarily a bad thing. Like, you should never really be like too satisfied. But I'm saying that you'll never have that self-esteem to yourself, knowing that you're capable, if you don't celebrate those small wins, right? But you have to understand that don't expect your flowers to come in a big bouquet like this, right? Sometimes it just can come in the form of a short message. Good job, man. You know? You have to be grateful enough to appreciate shit like that, though, right? You have to appreciate the small things in life, you know?
This is why you should stop waiting and expecting some grand event to eventually make you happy. It won't.
What was I just saying?
Maturity is developing the ability to eventually make you.
Listen
And by
to
the
that
way,
again.
this is why you should stop waiting and expecting some grand event to eventually make you happy. It won't.
Literally what I was saying just now. You can't expect your bouquet of flowers to come someday, or your Lamborghini to come someday, or some shit, right? To just appear. You have to work, constantly work towards it, bro. You have to have the mindset as in, okay, I want to get everything myself. I gotta get it. I gotta go and I've gotta fucking get it. I gotta grind. I gotta work hard. I gotta get it. That's the mindset you gotta have, because nobody's giving you shit, bro. Nobody's giving you flowers. Nobody's working that 8 hours for you. No one is getting you that Lambo for you. No one is getting that big house for you. No one is getting that nice lifestyle for you. No one is doing that for you, bro. You gotta do it yourself. So you can't wait for this big break, bro. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going, you know. You gotta keep going.
You can't build self-worth by trying to be like someone else. Whether in art, fashion, watches, or people, counterfeits are always worth less than the original.
I'd even go as far as to say that you'll never formulate good connections in your life if you're constantly trying to be someone else, right? Because your true self is always going to come out in certain situations. Your real self and this fake persona that you're trying to put, they're always going to clash at some point. And then people are going to think you're a fake person. People are going to think you're a shallow person, right? And plus, whatever you achieve being a fake version of yourself, you're not going to value it for an extended period of time. Selling your soul. Let's say every year someone asks you a question like, would you suck dick for $1 million? I've heard a lot of niggas that I know personally disgust me say yes. You would suck a dick for $1 million? That's a straight man. You're essentially telling me that you're just like any other fucking prostitute in the world. But that's you selling your soul for money. You're not gonna value that money. Every cent of that $1 million you're gonna spend thinking, I had to suck a dick for this. God forbid someone else knows about this too. Yeah, dude, I had rent today. $900 I had to pay. A dick that you sucked for that $1 million, though. Like, thank God for that dick. You won't be able to pay rent. That's what I would say to that person. Every time they spend a penny, every time they go and they take their debit card out to go and spend something. You suck the dick for this, 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 you suck the... But people say, it's smart. No one cares, dude. No one will know, this and that. But you know, and you're okay with that?
Someone resents you
Matter
for
of fact,
it.
I even go as far as to say, watch out for motherfuckers who say they'll suck dick for $1 million. I ain't gonna lie to you. Watch out for motherfuckers who say shit like that. Them motherfuckers that will do anything for money, even if it means betraying you. Ask that question as a joke and look to who answers you very quickly. Oh yeah, 100%, dude.
Growth doesn't threaten real friendships, only fake ones. If you change your life for the better and someone resents you for it, then they weren't really your friend, were they?
100%.
They wanted you.
And I'll say this. Niggas see me posting my shit. Niggas see what I got going on. And they wanna hate. They wanna flame what I got posted, you know. It's like, A, you're helping the engagement, so good for you. You're watching my videos, you know what? If anything, I appreciate it. But B, it's like, it's because of the progress they see that I'm making. I love the hate. It just shows me that you're an insecure little cat. And that I can use to my advantage now. People who want to hate on your videos, hate on what you got going on, take that hate and use it to your advantage. Because it's simply just hate because they see you being better than they are. And they hate that.
The people who are best at making everyone like them are the most empty at 40, because they spent 2 decades building their personality based on other people's preferences instead of their own. And by the time they realize this, they have no idea who they are or what they want. When you live your life according to what other people want.
Remember that point about not needing everybody to like you? See, when you are worried about everybody liking you, that's what he's talking about right here. You end up 40 years old with nothing to show for it. Because you focus on making everybody else happy instead of yourself. And then at 40 years old, now you're like,
The world rewards people who go first because so few of them do. You'll face more rejections when things go wrong, but you'll get all the credit when things...
I mean, think about it, bro. You ever think back in class, like in high school and shit? Oh, does anyone want to volunteer to represent in front of the class? Who wants to go first? And then no one has their hands up for like the first 2 minutes. Everyone is just looking at each other like, oh, you want to go first? You want to go first? Because no one wants to go first. No one wants to set the standard. People care about failure. Like, I want, like, teach me something. What else? Okay, I failed. What else, bro? What else? What else, bro? I'm going to come back stronger. You know that.
Things go right.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a really insightful guy. Honestly, I might subscribe to his channel, man. Let me, Mark Mason. Yeah, let's subscribe to this guy, man. For sure, like, those 42 lessons, I really think that you said if you're in your 30s, dude, anyone can watch this and get some value from it. Even if I was 10 years old, I could watch this, get some value from it. You know what I mean? Like, and this is why I'm here reacting to it, because with your title, I feel like most older people might watch it and not younger people. I'm going to be the one to create that filter. Mark, this is a good message. All 42 lessons, right? Very strong messages here. Okay? And guys, just enjoy your life, right? And that encompasses a lot of things that he mentioned in this video. Okay? You're never going to truly enjoy your life if you're not at peace. You have to be at peace first to enjoy your life to the fullest. Meaning that you have to be yourself unapologetically. That's the first step. You cannot worry about other people's opinions, right? We can't be worrying about that because we're always going to be living based off somebody else. Not everybody has to like you. You have to be okay with people not liking you, people not liking what you have to say, people getting offended. Can't care about what people say, how people treat you, how people are towards you, dude. You have to just care about changing who you are, because that's the only thing you can control is yourself, your mindset, your mind, right? You can't control what other people do or how other people react towards you, other people treat you. You can't control that, so why would you worry about it? But that was video. Hopefully you learned a thing or two from this. Obviously I did. Watching this video, I learned a few things, 100%. I'm just spraying the message on to you guys, okay? Stay tuned. More reaction videos coming soon for sure. And yeah, man. If you like the video, drop a like, subscribe, share with a friend. Take it easy.